Halito, Halito, there you go. I'm glad somebody said you couldn't hear. Ooh, ooh. What's happening? So, there we go. There we go. Here we are. So, I hope everything's healthy. I hope everybody's good. Um, like I was saying, I hope that y'all got a chance to go see um the show that was just done on No Grandma Killer's channel. Blue Feathers did a show a little while on No Grandma Killer's channel, and you really got to hear it. It gave a different perspective. And if you look, you'll see my comments where after she gave that different perspective, I was able to um, have a self realization moment with what she said. It definitely resonated. Okay. So, with that being said, we want to take our talents and we want to start showing up in the places where we need to show up. We really have, and I myself included, I carried it a little too far with the, you know what I'm saying, people having the wrong perspective, thinking one Indian is bigger than the other, right? Um, we have done the, yeah, we do have a lot of information collectively. We all have potential to be great. And some people think we're great already, right? I guess we are all human in one way, right? But what I want to say is we have to take this energy. And don't forget, right now, I know y'all got the census in your mailbox, okay? Don't get all the distractions and stuff and forget what you got to do. I want y'all to read the part where it says it's the Lord to do so, okay? One second, I'm going to get. All right. Am I required to respond to the 2020 census? Yes, you are required by law to respond to the 2020 census. We are conducting the 2020 census under the authority, and you can look up the title yourself, Title 13, U.S. Code, Sections 141, 193, and 221. And that's the 8-digit OMB approval number, et cetera, et cetera. And that's what you need to know. It says that it is the law. So for everybody says that they know the law, you need to know how to appropriately conduct yourself when it comes to that. Okay? I ain't going to tell none of y'all how to do it. Right? I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to tell anyone how to do it. Okay? How to do anything that they're supposed to do. That is your responsibility to know what it is that you're supposed to do. That's not Moon's responsibility, but I want to make sure that you guys are watching it. You got to make sure you're paying attention. Don't be looking at all of the squirrels inside the circle running around going crazy. You better make sure you don't miss the rabbit driving by on a motorcycle. You understand what I'm saying? April's always a powerful month for our people. There's always a landmark law or something that is usually voted in as an act. We have to um, behave a little better, you know what I'm saying? And and I took a lot of bait, you know what I'm saying? Even debating with these fools, you know what I'm saying? And with a lot of people um, that potentially, not potentially, that absolutely have come here to hurt the American Indian. That's just pretty it. It's been like this for a very long time, and you better understand that this is probably a lot of the reason why they let the ones before was okay with everybody being black, because when you were black, you didn't have a lot of problems. You didn't have no drama until you was Indian. Let me say that again. When you was black, you didn't have any problems. You didn't have any problems until you were Indian. And anybody um, can disagree with that, please correct me if I'm wrong about that. Um, Correct me if I'm wrong about that. You didn't have any problems at any point when you know, you didn't have any problem when you was black. When you was Pan African, you didn't have no drama. Everybody loved each other. Everybody was cool. Everybody was cool except for the ones that really just made the whole people look bad, not really knowing how to compartmentalize yourself as to who you are. So now it's like being the American Indian is a new handicap. We're supposed to have a disability. We the kid with the missing an arm in our own house, right? We missing an arm and shit like that. Got to feel singled out. Got to feel different. Not that we feel better, but why can't we defend what we are? If everybody else can have pride, why not you, Indian? Why not you? I think that there's a lot going on, and a lot of people have a lot of uh, misunderstandings, and they all feel like I guess we all, myself included, all feel like we know better, right? We all feel like we know better. Well, we don't. And we all got something different going on. And I know this seems different because nobody's ever did what we're doing before. So, yes, it is different. Yes, it is like a handicap. Yes, it is like a disability because people don't understand what's going on. They don't understand what's at stake. And some people do, and they're looking to take advantage of it. You know what I'm saying? And that's really it. But all this like fighting and scrapping and nonsense and all that, we really are carrying on like whole nigga fools, like whole nigga fools. And we really, really, truly supposed to know better than that. We ain't the only ones watching this shit. We think we talking to ourselves. We ain't on our own platform. We on their shit, acting like a fool. Like I said, it's one thing to explain yourself. And me irresponsibly, let me just make a mention of this from a journalistic responsibility that I have, right? I'm gonna tell y'all, I am you. I want to apologize because that information, I'm not. It doesn't have anything to do with you. Um, there was no way I could attach that to you, so I do want to apologize. I did say some bullshit about you, and I definitely want to apologize. You don't have to accept it, but I am here to tell you that, yeah, I did that. That those allegations that I mentioned about you are not true. So I definitely have to make sure that I put that out there like swimwear. The same way I'm not going to do. See, unlike a lot of people, I don't do a public diss and a private apology. I'll put that shit out there just as smooth as I was talking cash money shit. So I definitely want to apologize in that fashion. And that doesn't have anything to do with me wanting to work with you or agreeing with anything else. But I definitely got to make sure that I make that shit clear because that was kind of irresponsible for me to even do that shit, especially with all the, the dragon and shit going on. And you didn't deserve that. And I want to make sure that I put that shit out there. I can't prove none of that shit. And that was like totally fucking irresponsible for me. And not even something that I do. And I do want to make sure that I say what I say about that. But all that other shit, I'm telling you, like there's places that we supposed to be going, and it ain't supposed to be uh YouTube jail and Facebook jail and all this other shit. I don't really got time for that. I really am a multitasker. I whip my tribe into shape. I don't know how everybody else do it, but I'm ready to mobilize now. This is why I can go city to city because I've been able to mobilize myself. But I want to be able to be there. I said it a couple of years ago, and this is a quote from one of my cousins, Donnie. And he said, I don't mind if you use me, but you got to use me right. You understand what I'm saying? So we got to be in a position to make sure we're able to put this work in where it's supposed to be put in. It definitely ain't supposed to be motherfuckers. I ain't never said I hate anybody or anything like that. Yeah, I do crack my jokes and stuff like that. Y'all gotta understand why I'm hostile. For the last 5 years, I've been chased from every group, everything mad because I've been saying that I'm an Indian. I've been fought 50 people at one time, all by myself, and everybody knows this. This ain't no secret. So yeah, I definitely do have a ferocious presence. I've been doing this since the 90s on the internet, and I never had problems until a lot of these other people came around. Like Facebook is new to them. It's not really new to me. Most of the people that I have on Facebook, I actually know them, right? This is way before the Aboriginal community, way, way, way before them. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, yeah, I think we're gonna have to let people show where exactly the work gonna be, but it's gonna be a better opportunity for us to really show who really serious. Like everybody can say whatever they want, but the proof is in the pudding, man. The proof is in the whole pudding. It's in the work, and the work is on the in up close and personal, right? The work is up close and personal. It's not all this social media shit where you can't see. Well, you can't adapt the person or look the motherfucker in their eyes and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You need to be able to have a team of people that's supposed to be able to go and help our people out. Just make sure everybody ain't fucking with them. Some of these niggas, you gotta admit, these motherfucking policy enforcers need to stop them. They need to bite the one that's out here perpetually doing crazy shit to people, right? People have their rights, and no one has the right to infringe upon them, right? So at least when you fighting, are you fighting for your rights? Or you fighting for your ego? Or you gotta know what it is that you're fighting for. And at the end of the day, you choose your battles carefully. With all this energy right here, niggas could have bought some land, niggas could have did something. It could have been something. It could have been something better than what it was. I do know that. Um, so at the end of the day, the No Grandma Killer tour is fine. This is a private venue. So the place where it is, it's private property. So and I got the assurance from Marriott. So they ensure the cleanliness and sanitation. And if there's anything that changes as far as the state of emergency in Georgia, that they would, closely keep us updated in regards to having to refund or make some other sort of accommodations or something like that. So no need to worry about that. But at the end of the day, what's really gonna go down? What everybody really gonna do? What do everybody really gonna do? What do people want to do? Like they say they want to do one thing, but I don't know. I guess we all been acting like some other shit is happening, right? So got a couple people coming up this weekend, in the next day or two. And it's going to be a very interesting topic, and it's going to be a very interesting job. And really, nobody wants to go over, like I said, last year's spaghetti. But people got a lot of stuff with them. You know what I'm saying? And y'all better make sure y'all check all this shit out and check all these people out. And then these people have a right to defend themselves, so they will be available. They definitely will be available, and that's totally okay. But it's also going to be a teaching moment too. Like I said, we got a lot of stuff going on, a lot of good builds. You know, people could be mad, but the work going to speak for itself. Everybody got an opportunity to do what it is that they're supposed to do. Everybody got an opportunity to do what it is that they want to do. This is a free country. Last time I checked. Make sure y'all fill out your census. Make sure y'all consulting with your family. Make sure you understand what's going on. Make sure you look up those U.S. codes that say what they would think that you are required to do. Don't rely on anybody else to tell you what to do. You need to see for yourself what is required of you, what it is that they're saying that they have codified right there. You let anybody tell you anything different. Don't expect any type of miraculous thing to happen, any type of sky daddy to do anything to fix any of that, right? Because everything has its place. And even when you take that, and if you can't understand it in that way, let me say it for the Hebrews. The book of Numbers is about a census, right? The census, right? The Bible is about politics as well, is it not? politics, tribes, right? I don't know how y'all can't see it the other way around on the land, how people can't see it the other way around, attaching yourself to the real life true narrative, not the understanding of anything in that realm without placing yourself. So this is how you know who has their genealogy, because people will know how to place themselves inside of the narrative easily. There's nothing anybody can tell you about any period of your ancestry, right? For the other ones that stuck, how are you reaching out? What are you doing? What are you stuck on? Do y'all create forums and stuff like that to tell other people what it is that you need and stuff like that? Some of y'all just mad at me because I didn't respond to emails, not knowing that I might have somebody that's hooked up to a respirator, right? But because Phoenix Moon ain't responded to email and you've been hit a block or $10 for something that somebody else hired me for back in 2018, and you never responded to the people that was throwing it on the email, on the actual flyer, you know? So, I mean, at what point you know, what point are you gonna deal with it? What point are you gonna deal with it? Reach out to third and fourth cousins. They still reach back to a certain grandmother, black wolf. They still reach out to a certain grandmother. Doesn't even matter. They still reach out to a certain grandmother. Third and fourth cousins. And if you do that through genealogy, you can definitely still contact them because some of them are actually searching too. You can, what's up, Empress? You know, but if you see what y'all need to check out that No Grandma Killer episode with Blue Feather. It was really, she was dead right. She was dead right. And I said that during the broadcast, and I actually went back and listened to it again. And it's absolutely true. We need to be able to show up and show out. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of work to do. We got a lot of stuff we're supposed to be taking care of. And in the interim, we entertaining horse shit and stuff like that, carrying the fuck on and all that. And it's taking up space, and we still got work to do. Niggas will forget that the census is going on. It's a whole bunch of other stuff, coronavirus, everybody's consumed, but you still got to handle your business. You still got to handle your business. So in the interim, you're gonna tell them you forgot because the coronavirus. You got all these extremist organizations and all this stuff going on, and all these smear campaigns because people want a piece of what's supposed to happen. They don't want it to happen. This is the Marcus Garvey. You don't think you a part of these type of days. You don't think you a part of none of that scam in your lifetime. You just think it's people. We all Indians and we all just beefing. You don't think it's the people that's infiltrated the babies are the ones that was doing it before. The last time stopping everybody progress, same as it was 100 years ago, same as it was 200 years ago. You don't see them trying to stop what is stopping. Where we going? Why we can't get together? So you do the math, and an acre is how much? 43,000. How much is an acre of land? How many square feet in a well, a football field is 1.3 acres. So that's like 43,000, 500, 700 square feet. And you know how many houses you can put on that at 2,000 square feet, right? Something small, 4 or 5 acres. You know how many houses you can put on 5 acres? Your whole family, they don't want to be this, they don't want to be that. Well, you know what? You get the land, you develop it, and you make them work for you. They want to still have jobs and stuff like that. Oh, okay, well, create the job for them and pay them what they're getting paid. You pay them. You pay them. You pay them. You pay them. They gonna refuse that? They gonna refuse that? What's wrong with working with your tribes? What's wrong with working with your tribes? What's wrong with creating the tribes that you want to be working with the other ones. A 3-year goal. A 3-year goal. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, what people got to understand is the proof is in the pudding. There's no way you're supposed to be dealing with this shit without the genealogy, y'all. And that's just it. And I'm not saying that I'm not suggesting that everybody's not Indian and I'm the only one, right? But what I'm saying is don't play the game, yo. Get out the way. I don't make any apology for that. Nobody has done what we're trying to do. Nobody has this conversation. Nobody else has had this conversation in hundreds and hundreds of years. And now we got access to have this conversation. People don't want this conversation to happen. When we have the right to have this conversation, we have the right to have this conversation. But yet there's people that, let me just show y'all something. I ain't got nothing to do with this, man. Hold on a second. And I'm gonna just tell y'all, these are some of the things. That's how far people be willing to go. Let me show y'all how far people be willing to go to perpetuate this shit right here. Hold on a second. Y'all ain't ready for this one. I want y'all to see this. Y'all see that? Let me show y'all something. Hold on one second. Who else is that? Let me see that. Oh, who else is that right there? Hold on one second. Let me see something. I want y'all to see this right here. Give me 1 second. Let me make sure I could drop the link in there. So y'all can see for y'all. I want y'all to see this right here. All right. So these are the type of reasons why people be mad. Let me make this bigger. I want y'all to see this right here. This ain't me. I dropped the link. So they have a claim against the United States. These are the legally interested parties and stuff like that. They have an ICC resolution adopted by General Assembly. So this is the reason why they do protect HEMOC. They all have some sort of stake right here. This is U.S. Department. This is who they have looking to file a lawsuit from. This is back in January. So this is what I found about it. Now, see, I don't make this shit up. I don't make this up right here. I don't make this up. I want y'all to see what this says right here. So for everybody acting like they don't mess with this man, it's like a real insult. And I knew about it. And this happened January. Let me see. Maybe 2019 or something like that. Oh wow. Yeah. So this was just filed of 2020. But this is it. 14th Amendment, USC Article, you have Article 6, Universal Declaration of Human Rights and Rights of Indigenous People. You have UNDRIP, you have ADRIP, you have ILO 169, Indigenous and Tribal Peoples Convention, 1989, Foreign Sovereignty Immunities Act 28, USC 1601, the International Covenant of Civil and Political Rights. And they also have Title 18 as to Indian Territory, USC 1151. Also, 8 USC 1401, Section B, and 42 USC 1981. 18 USC 241, 242, colorable law. Okay. And this is not quite the same. Now, I want you guys to understand something. Right? I want you guys to understand something. You cannot, anybody will tell you that the 4 elements of a crime are fraud, conspiracy, an injured party, and damaged property. There's no statute of limitations on fraud. I don't think people are aware of that. I don't think people are aware of that there is no statute of limitations on fraud. There is no way that people should be solicited in a manner in which can potentially be injurious. There are no apologies that needs to be made by that. But you need to know what type of practices people are using, and they're using it on behalf of your grandmother, not theirs. Not theirs. I don't know exactly how that makes people feel. I don't know if that's how, you know, if that makes people feel a kind of way or whatever. You know. But I'm gonna tell y'all what. We've been doing too much. I know I lead a very active life. I don't know what everybody else doing. And I figured now would be a good time to figure out what is everybody else doing. So we want to get up with the people that's doing some shit, right? So we can get it together, right? People that are responsible and could keep their commitments and stuff like that and be on time, be ready to show up. You know, people that are ready to give practical applications so we can improve our conditions. There don't gotta be no ridiculous, grandiose way of thinking. Somewhere where you live, in your community, you see something, you're supposed to be talking about it. We're supposed to be making sure that our people is good in our communities and stuff like that. You want to help fight gentrification? You want to know stuff like that? Y'all want to put $2 together a month so we can have a hotline, an action network somewhere, of course, where we're supposed to be, right? They beat up your cousin, Rashid over the head upside with a nice stick over in Lucas County, Iowa, or something like that. We're supposed to be able to get together and do shit like that for each other. Where is everybody doing things by now? Has anybody created any decent businesses that can actually be flexible in scope and be able to make sure people are covered in a way that's not going to end up coming back with somebody kicking in their door? I don't know. People got to understand what it's really hitting for at the end of the day. And I ain't talking about people being perfect. When I say pass a background check, be able to vouch for your goddamn character. Where's somebody at? You need somebody tangible, right? You need some tangible people that knew you from the sandbox. Like, it's really hard to deal with these people, you know, and all these different personalities and stuff like that when you don't even know what they do in real life. Like, do they really do anything to help? Like, do they have some design to help? How come? Because usually when you have an idea, you reach out to somebody that you know has similar ideas because you hang out in the same circles, right? You're in the same places. You know what I'm saying? A scientist is going to meet another scientist on his way to the lab. You understand what I'm saying? So there's somebody that's in the library all the time is going to meet, you know what I'm saying, somebody that's in the library all the time. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, people are supposed to be able to be around the like-minded people, right? And then people that have already have done something that has the experience, right? And then at the same time is able to you got to be able to process what's changing around you at the same time. Meanwhile, you're dealing with real life. You have to be able to process what's going on, and people will sit there and ignore this census application thinking that, oh, I'm not going to fill it out because I want to be away from the United States and all of this and all of that. Okay, well, say that when they need to remember you too. Hold on, we got Selena. Hold on 1 second. Hi, Selena.
Hey.
Hi, how are you?
Halito, Phoenix.
Halito, how are you? I'm sorry you was in the box for a minute. How are you?
I'm fine.
Good, good, good. What's up?
Not much. I just joined the live. I know you was gonna put me on here.
Yeah. I didn't see you. Sometimes I was talking and they was saying they couldn't hear me. I forgot to even add myself. So I do apologize for that. I forgot to even add myself for like 2-3 minutes or something like
that. Okay. Yeah, well, yeah. It is a whole lot going on. It is, but
it is, and we know what? It's kind of taken away from. Huh?
Fill mine out.
What'd you say, darling?
I'm gonna fill my sisters out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
as you should. As you should. How's your day going today? What's going on with you?
It's good. I mean, I ain't no need to complain.
I know that's right.
Yeah, I'm just falling back. Yeah.
Yeah, did you have any question or anything like that?
No, I'm just listening.
Huh?
I'm just listening.
Listening to what?
To you.
Oh, okay. I thought you had something to say. I thought you was listening to something else so you can say something.
You.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for stopping by, Selena.
Absolutely.
You enjoy your Sunday, okay, darling?
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Selena stopped by. What's happening, y'all? So, that's not my fault, okay? That's not my fault. You gotta have all you need to back that up, and that can be potentially dangerous. And that is the problem. That's the problem. It's not about not liking people, it's about not liking what they're doing and how dangerous they are, to the people that are looking to do something different to change their stuff. And if you are against that, and you know that's what it says about you. Halito Control, what's happening? And that's really just it. We want to make sure that we taking care of our own. At the end of the day, we want to make sure we taking care of our motherfucking people. Got to put that time in. Got to get that genealogy. Everything ain't for everybody. It's not like it's going away. You still going to be the same person you was that was born in 1972 or 94 or whatever it is. You still going to be that same person. You still got time. Like, but make sure you checking in for your folks. But for everybody else, let's get active, because there's some people that don't want to be active. There's some people that don't want to be active. What's up, Chicago? There's some people that don't want to be active and they want to stop the mobility. You think the Israelites are getting popular. Y'all ain't coming through the hood. When they ever told the IUIC that they can't never go somewhere or they want to come red stick the joint for telling people they from Israel. You tell me when that happened. When did they go to sit down with Sonetta and Polite when they was doing a debate or something? Where they was at? Talking about y'all better not talk that Africa stuff because the Indians in the building and we finna red stick that joint. Do y'all remember those days? Y'all remember those days? I don't know. Let me know if I'm, you know, let me know if that's how. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. There was those days. Nobody was going over there. I wanna know. I'm gonna ask. I guess I'm gonna ask them if they ever had any Indians telling them that they was going over there to some Jabari and anybody debate. Or they was going over there if they tell anybody that they African. I want to know. I want to know that that ever happened. Can somebody please let me know in the chat? It did, Pompano. When? When, Pompano? When did the Indians go over there talking about they can't do nothing? I'm trying to figure that out. I'm trying to figure that out. Oh, you said never. Oh, okay. I thought you were saying yeah, it did happen. Oh, because I'm just trying to figure out when did it happen that you know niggas was so mad at Cornell West. I want to know where was they in St. Louis when they kicked Jesse Jackson at? Remember when they kicked Jesse Jackson out of St. Louis? I want to know if the Indians was over there talking about they gonna wear a stick Jesse Jackson because they was wasting him out of St. Louis. Remember when Mike Brown got killed? And they was at the McDonald's like, you hiding over here, Jesse. Remember they kicked Jesse Jackson out of St. Louis? That wasn't y'all. Y'all got the video. Y'all got the original Google link for that so I could see that. Who remembers that? That wasn't that long ago. Another week, ain't nobody gonna be talking about no they're not gonna be talking about coronavirus forever. You know the ninja like to forget real quick. The ninja forgets real quick. Short term memory like a mug. Right? I wanna know where these people was at when they made a law in your state that really affected you. Did they have that same energy? Did they have that same energy? Did they channel any energy towards anything to make any changes in their life? And even though we're all frustrated and shit, right? We all frustrated. Is anybody really doing anything at any time? You got anything on your resume that you'd like to introduce to everybody else so they could be in a position of assistance as well, or understanding, so they can understand what's going on too? You just gonna make them pay, right? And then be mad because we charging $35 to get together and talk about some shit that y'all don't want to talk about anyway. Why do y'all care? Why do y'all care? The uncool kids, the fucked up people is over there doing what you don't want to do. Why does everybody care? So now it's a matter of rejecting genealogy. So if that is the case, if rejecting the genealogy, if that's really what people think they gonna do, why is anybody here? I don't understand. What's their fight? That means they got a different fight That's separate from the fight of the people that were misclassified as American Indians. And that's cool. So now it took for all of this to identify what our differences really are. Some of them think they Moors, some of them think they Hebrews, and the rest of us know that we Indian, and we talk about genealogy, and we can prove shit up to a certain place. And then there's the other people that rely on DNA. So those is going to be those differences and distinctions. But what make the American Indian wrong in any of those factions being at home? What make the American Indian wrong? Y'all tell me, if there was a pecking order that had to be done, what make the American Indian wrong for being home already? If it's fuck genealogy and anybody could be down and people could put these land claims up and all this other stuff, and don't have any genealogy that you have seen, any genealogy that you have seen, and they talking about they your chief, you should be able to be related to them. You would be related to them. Because other than that, they wouldn't really have nothing to say. But here it is, we're able to find out people that are our actual family, right? Doesn't matter where they at. Now we could trace the people that was coming from back then. You understand what I'm saying? You know? So at the end of the day, and that's their right to do that. It do say they have a right to their religion, but it can't infringe. And that shit happens to infringe on the rights of the American Indian. They have to separate that. Their belief system does not have the right to infringe. And it does. And now you have these different avenues that are in the way, and they've been in the way historically. It's not something that Phoenix Moon created. It's something that Phoenix Moon talked about. It's something that Phoenix Moon exposes, and it's something that Phoenix Moon sees through these records. It's something that Phoenix Moon has always told and showed everybody else where to do, where to look, and where to find them at. It's not my fault if people didn't get themselves together in all these last couple of years and didn't put themselves in any type of better position than they was in when they first started coming around to African Americans and Africans. Hell, even Dr. John Henry Clark or something like that. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter. If you have been around in this community for this amount of time and you haven't learned anything yet, that should be something that is a personal problem. You identify as a personal problem. That's not nobody's fault because somebody ain't help you with your genealogy. Ain't nobody help you with they rent, with your rent either, right? Didn't stop you from needing to live there though, did it? Didn't stop nobody from needing to live in that house though. This ain't about no allegiance. This is about performance. This is about endurance. They really, this is about performance. And the truth is, for the last 5 years, even with every good thing and all this great information, we have really just exposed a lot of things to people, and it makes a lot of them angry. We've exposed a lot of things during our experience of exposing what it is that we found out, and we shared it with the world. And there's some angry people, and they're angry about what it is that we showed. And it's a little difficult for them to get it, especially now that they know that we know. And it's generally the people that look like us. It's not too much different than that. And if you believe that to be a fact, I want you to show me. Prove it to me. Help me understand, because I've never seen it. I've never seen it. And if that is the case, it has to be a reason why you was turned away. So people have to be able to show and prove that, especially if they talking about they some type of chief or something like that. That's a fact. Now, it could be different, right? Could be different if you, especially if you kin to some people that you know is absolutely fed back child, because there are going to be some instances where some of you have the exact same descendants as the ones that are federally recognized. The exact same ones, like share the same folk that they shared, right? But you're just not recognized in the tribe. Same parents, same vein. But whatever reason, I don't know. Has anybody ever fought? Do you have any documentation of people actually fighting because that happened? Like, I don't know. You got to make sure you know what your battles are too. Everything ain't the same. That's for sure. I don't have the same problems that the freedmen have. I don't have the same problems, but they got Indian problems nonetheless, right? And we not organized. We took a long time, and people mad because it's time to get organized and show where it's really at. We got all this other stuff and people having fun, right? Right? This is the type of song. So I want to know. Okay, so now what businesses, what plan do people have? What solutions do people have? What has everybody learned? If the Phoenix Moons and the Dane Callaways and the everybody, the Ab Powers, Ab Max, the American Indian Councils, the Aboriginal Powers, the Aboriginal TVs, the 432 drops, that everybody left the internet today, what y'all lives gonna be like for real? What y'all lives gonna be like for real? What would you say that you have done that was different as a result of some of the things you learned in your travels that you're proud of, that you know was solid? Oh, I'm sorry, I saw somebody just coming in. They're not there now. Was solid, right? I'm trying to figure out what's really different for you. What have you figured out? How has it benefit? How has it benefited you and your progenitors? How has it benefited the situation? The street light, because where your building's sitting at and it's too dark. Did you get anybody to listen to you to fix that? Did you get anybody to fix that street light? Did you get them to put up a fence so that if your dog's outside in the backyard, the big dogs don't jump over and kill all the, you know what I'm saying? Your little, what are you doing? Like, what are you able to do for your people? Like, what in your community? What are you doing? Are you making sure they have a crossing guard right there by your by the school where your children are? Just little things, like the littlest things that people could do. Are you doing those things? I don't think people doing those things. Hey Buck, how are you, Buck?
I'm doing well. I just want to say, Phoenix, my hat's off to you. I don't know what else to say. You're doing great things, and you're making people think, and that's a great thing. So I just wanted to share that with you. Also, one more thing, can I share with your audience? This is really important. While we're in this whole funk and they shutting down everything, a lot of energy we would have used to watch basketball and waste our time on that. This is a good time to use that energy to search your past, genealogy, or whatever. One of the routes that I would say taking that would be real good and real influential and carry a lot of weight with us is not that we try to find out where our oldest ancestors from. Try this, and this will give you weight like a motherfucker. Find out where your oldest ancestors are buried, because now you got physical proof, cuz, and you don't need no writing, no letters, none of that bullshit. These fake papers and stuff they be putting up. Now you got proof. Take a picture of that stuff. Get that stuff.
Right.
Because you're existent on this planet, they're trying to wipe it out. And you're going to have to make sure, you, the listener, are going to have to make sure that that don't happen.
That is absolutely true. The grave is very, very important. I leave flowers on some of my ancestors. They have find a grave, and that could be like a little part-time hobby for you. I think they have ads on the page, so I don't know if you get paid for it, but for somebody that is able to, especially if you have personal historical connections to specific cemeteries where your folks are, you can take pictures of other folks that are also listed there too and make it easy for people to get past those roadblocks. So if you see something on genealogy, maybe sometimes it needs to be added for people to be able to recognize it or be able to identify it. Maybe they don't identify it as something that they need to look at, and certainly cemetery records are. The same people that were the neighbors are typically in the same neighborhood for over 200 years, and they're probably going to be buried together too. And there's always going to be some information there. So, yes, that is an excellent way uh, to find out who's who.
And also remembering those places where your people were from, also look what was there. So let's say if your people were from a place like Memphis, what did those people do? What was their livelihood? I'm talking about before they got in these cities and wanted to become a part of these cities. What did your people do? And that's the thing. Those are the things you're supposed to be doing. What were your people doing? Why were you here? Why were all those women having all those babies? To have hands to work the land. That's why sisters had babies, to make more of us. And that's one of the phenomenons that we produce that we look down upon. And it's been to our detriment. So with all the young people out there, make sure you give them truth all the time. Don't give them no bullshit, Santa Claus, all that bullshit. Give them some reality. Then, as they grow and develop, they'll be able to figure this shit out and solve problems. But it got to start with you, with these little kids. Don't try to fuck them. Don't try to abuse them. Give them some knowledge. Because, like energy is, there's no such thing as death. We just move on to different phases. And your ass don't want to move back to this phase that you helped set up, which is now. Because if you don't do nothing to grab these kids and to grab these people to turn them on to some reality that make them change the world, because we're going to be the ones who change it. Everybody else, they don't care. You see how this coronavirus is going. You see how those Chinese people live. They eat the rodents that they catch. Dogs, cats, they eat that shit. You think it's nasty. It's a delicacy to them. They walk in it. They got videos where people are walking barefoot in that shit. And you wonder how these transmissions get to us. All this animal stuff we be trying to pick up, all we try to do is copy other people's culture. All we do is buy shit from them. You think we're not going to be affected by that? And this, we have to warn our kids against this. Because we have lived through a generation. I have lived through 3 generations of people thinking Chinese food is the best thing. Those ramen noodles, what is that? Huh? And we can't produce corn for ourselves. So teach these kids some reality, some truth, and let them figure it out themselves. Give them truth all the time. I know it's a whole bunch of bullshit being given to them, but this is of vital importance. Make sure these kids get some truth, and they'll figure it out.
Well, what we do now, we've been teaching them genealogy, and getting them to understand just like the basic laws of relativity as far as tangible bloodline history and how to associate their relatives at a specific time frame. So we want to have certain curriculum to let them know how to, if they, in case in these school systems going forward, maybe not so much ours, but the public school system, they'll eventually we will want it to where um, when they do tell these specific stories in so-called history or global history, it doesn't paint us in a negative way, but we're not stricken from that particular thing. They know how to place themselves there. You understand what I'm saying? When they talk about the Revolutionary War, they'll know at least 4 or 5 grandfathers that are akin to them that have relativity to her at that specific time, her or him at that time. You understand what I'm saying? Like, just so people are aware and they can't you can't sidetrack them or steer them away from what it is that they need to know. So there is just some, and it's really doesn't take all this intricate stuff. Like, we have like a complex simplicity about us. It's really not this complicated the way people make it. And if they make it complicated, then they're not who you're supposed to be doing business with. Period. It's not. It's not. It don't cost nothing to get something together real quick. Real quick. When a motherfucker die, you get a funeral together real quick. Don't you? 5, 6, 7 days. 10 if you're struggling. Right? Oh, wow. That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. So, you know, I don't know. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Um, okay. Hold on 1 second. All right. Sorry about that. Who's that? This is Wayne Storm. Hold on. What's happening?
Hey, what's happening, sis?
Halito, what's happening?
Oh, nothing much. Just sitting back, just listening to all the cool stuff y'all talking about, you know. Uh, I just was tripping off all the division, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't want to, come in like it seemed like lately, it seemed like, you know what I'm saying? It's like I've been feeling like a double agent or something.
You been feeling like that, you said?
Yeah, it's like I go on the chats, trying to, talk to everybody, and it's like, I feel like the dude off of Highlander. You know what I'm saying? Like, like, can I say something? But it's like, ain't nobody really acknowledging me, and I'm not that dude. I'm not built that way. You see what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you ain't got to agree with me or anything. Me and you have talked a couple of times on the phone. Same way with like when I dig listening to Buck, yourself, and I know what they doing over there and everything, but it's like, I ain't got no dog in this fight. I just wish that everything would be cool, but they make everybody cool. I get that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like watching at a family reunion, you know, but if everybody don't feel like they family, then that's something totally different. You see what I'm talking about? I mean, if you don't agree with what I'm saying, just please let me know. You know what I'm saying?
I
Uh,
definitely
I sit back, I support whoever telling the truth. You follow what I'm talking about?
Yeah, brother. You know what? It's not that. Yeah, we hear you. It's not that. This is what it is, man. We have just been trained away from ourselves.
You kind of
We
break.
don't. It ain't that. It's not that. Can you hear me?
I
Yes, I can
I
hear
hear
you.
you. I hear
It's
you,
not.
Buck.
Okay. Well,
Kind of
this is
breaking
what.
up on me though, Buck. I can.
Okay. Well, let me just put this out. This is just for the listeners. It's not that. Look, dude. We have been taken away from ourselves big time. We don't even recognize ourselves. Remember, we hopped into that Africa stuff for a long time. We've been running away from ourselves. That's
Oh
most
yeah.
Negroes. So that's why I'm like how I am. Stop all
No,
that
you
bullshit. Let's
totally
get to
right,
the
Buck.
point. Yeah. So don't trip on that. And you have to understand we've been trained to be little bitches. The men have. We've been trained to do whatever boss say. That's what we've been trained to do, and that's all we do. That's all most of us know
I
how to do.
totally agree.
So don't get mad. Don't discourage. Just go ahead and move to the next level.
I,
Let them be where they be. Don't argue with them. Don't pick up none of their
I totally
energy.
agree with
And everything will be cool, man. Leave them alone, man, because it's changing, man. We can't just imagine this. If there are no more people that America produced is on the planet no more, what happens to the planet?
It dies.
Listen, I know one thing. Brainstorm, I understand what you're talking
I hear
about.
you, Buck. I hear you, and I'm angry. It's just it can
No,
be discouraging. You know what I'm saying? To
don't
a
let it
lot
be.
of us that's learning to.
Look, man, that ain't what it
Look,
is. Look,
I'm gonna
listen.
tell you like this: if getting rid of grandma ain't discouraging, ain't nothing that y'all ever learned from any of us. Okay, let me just say that nobody learned anything. Hey, where'd he go? Where you go, beloved? Nobody learned anything from us if anybody thinks that grandma can be discarded. So there's no confusion between that at all. There's no need to choose anyone a particular. You just have to make sure that that's what you dealing with, especially if that's what you came in. Like who was it exactly that anybody was following? It's not a matter of choosing who your favorite is. You need to know if it got you excluding what you came in here for about grandma and grandpa and who they are and how you got here, how Gimme got you here. I don't know what to tell y'all. I don't know what to tell anybody, and that's just something. That's what it is, and it's not anybody's right to deny those of us that right to be who we are. And this is why a lot of
I
the
get you
elders,
100.
I think people
I
might
said
understand
it's
now.
not being a
We
dummy.
owe the elders an apology because we started talking about, oh, why you never told us we was Indian, motherfucker? Because when you thought you was black, your ass was happy as shit, wasn't you? Could nobody do no wrong? It was, hey, to the black people, be proud. You didn't know they was gonna be coming for your motherfucking neck every goddamn day, right? Go back to what
Yeah.
I said on Sonetta. Nigga thought I was a house nigga. Sonetta said, what was your first experience with racism? One of them, him or Jabari. And I
No,
said,
you're
well,
totally right.
I was 9 years old, I think, and it was the first day in a new school, and they was talking about how black I was. So I would say it wasn't white people. That wasn't until I was an adult. I didn't lie. I didn't lie.
No, for them at all. I'm talking about inside our little thing. I ain't talking about the Black Power
I'm talking
people and
about
all them.
inside our thing too. I'm talking about our people. It's the same shit warmed over. It's the same interference. Ain't no white people on the internet saying fuck you, Rainstorm, fuck you, Phoenix Moon, nigga. It ain't none of them there.
Yeah,
It ain't
yeah.
not near one of them.
I think it's ultimate. Hi, everybody on the platform and in the audience.
Halito, how are
Hey,
yourselves?
peace.
I'm great. I
I'm
think
just
the most important thing for me is to actually, I've been talking with my family about
that's
it, but to
in the house.
actually do the steps and going through that process of the genealogy, and actually going through it with my daughter so they can see how it actually is done. I mean, I connected with some family members are open to the idea, some family are not, but I think the thing that's going to really make a difference in them is seeing the actual genealogy of the people within the family, seeing the documentation of it. I think that's what's going to really, how they say talk is cheap, but seeing the documentation of it is really going to make a difference. And the other thing with everything that's going on, to me, just telling your family, telling your children, telling your siblings who they are, and what it's going to be, preparing them for this time. I mean, I'm preparing for this time, not only with genealogy, but like I'm looking at connecting, like growing plants and things like that. I've already started just with basic stuff that you can grow quickly within the house, like scallions and onions and lettuce and things like that, so we can be self-sufficient. And I even look at a lot of the people that were dying in China. I think that this is an opportunity for us, if you have land, to start to begin to grow those things on your land. If you don't have land, like I live in an apartment, you can start in your apartment. And I'm going to talk tomorrow to the people in the building, because I think I remember them saying something like, if you want to put something outside, because we have a little courtyard where if I want to, I can probably grow some fresh vegetables and stuff, and know that it's fresh. It's not that GMO stuff. So, I mean, I think that's where I can start. That's what I can do to make a difference within my immediate family, and then my extended family.
That's
And
dope.
even
Yes.
and
That's
even
dope.
friends,
Yeah.
That's right.
because I'm affiliated with some of the people within the business community that there's a lot of craft people that I'm around, that people that make handmade goods and handmade products and stuff like that. Now that we so-called can't, be, some of the stores are closing or things are being shut down, we can do an online experience with people, so that your business is not being shut down just because they're shutting stuff down outside. We can do it online, because I don't think they're going to be shut down, no 5G. So
Well, I
Yes.
this,
mean, if the people were politically empowered, they would. There's a lot of things that wouldn't happen.
mm-hmm,
But we can't do the coulda, shoulda, woulda. I'm just
mm-hmm,
let's get busy. Like, really ready to get busy.
mm-hmm,
It's for the getting. You know what I'm
mm-hmm,
saying? May the best people win. That's all. That's what it is.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody that keeps the integrity and keep it, you know what I'm saying, true. Everybody that keep it true. There's nothing wrong with that. We gotta definitely appreciate the ones that said you need an active plan for your elders right now. You need an active plan for your children in case you check out right now,
Mm-hmm.
right now in the interim.
Yes.
Do they know
Mm-hmm.
what to put
Very true.
on the census when, years and years from now, 10
Mm-hmm.
years from now, when they supposed to, when it's their turn, 20 years
Mm-hmm.
from now, when it's their turn?
Mm-hmm.
They know what to do.
Because when I'm
They
old
know
and
No.
what
gray,
what
when
records they have.
I'm
Do
sorry,
they
go
know
ahead.
how to maintain, be the when you have to find out which one of your children is the most responsible, and delegate different responsibilities to each one according to their different characteristics and different personalities and
Mm-hmm.
different attachments to you, or seriousness of what it is that family and the history is really going to mean to them.
Yes,
Yeah, that's true for
very true.
sure.
Because when I'm old and great, I want my grandbabies, and I got three of them, right? I got three girls. My oldest daughter, her and her husband gave me two, and my son, he just had one, right? Beautiful girls. And I don't want them like, man, toss that dude to the side. He ain't taught us nothing. You know what I mean? That's sad.
That's
Mm-hmm.
right.
I don't care when your own family don't even want you. It's like, that nigga ain't no good.
Mm-hmm.
He never did nothing for us, never taught us nothing, never told us about ourselves. That ain't right at all. I don't care how much money you got or what cars you drive or what you wear, right? But it's like, my own family don't even dig me. You know what I'm saying? So that to me is the worst disgrace it is.
Right, right,
Like,
right.
what did you go out here and do for 50 years? And you didn't teach us nothing. You know, you just sat us in front of the TV and said, watch Barney or something or whatever. You know, you didn't sit, you know, remember the old days, grandma would sit down and talk to you and show you stuff like I told you, Phoenix, a while back. My grandma said she had me mopping the kitchen floor. And she said, boy, don't kick that bucket. And I didn't understand. I was young. And I said, what do you mean? She said, don't die on me, boy. You know, it's just, she throw little acronyms at you to make you, and to this day, I was like 6 or 7, you know, just trying to learn how to mop. You know, it's little bitty things like that to tweak you. And you think all the way back and be like, I understand now what she was talking about. You know, I never had a chance. A man killed him because he thought he was another man that was messing with his wife. Then he came up and was crying and apologized to my grandmother and told her, hey, I'm sorry, I killed the wrong man. You know, it's little silly stuff like that. You know, that it's not silly, but you know what I mean. It's way to the left, and now we gonna go back to that. I mean, it's like, no, man, come on, man, cut the shit for real. You know, do I know everything? Hell no. But that's why we looked at y'all, because y'all doing different things and y'all study and we studying, but you might find something I ain't seen. You
Look to
know, and then I
who?
can add that to my.
You know what? When I find something maybe nobody saw, you know what I do? I share it. Right? I talk about it. I share it. And that seems
Yes.
same way to fucking people. It makes them very upset because it doesn't satisfy what it is that they're comfortable with, that they're used to it. And maybe it's because they didn't think of it first. I don't know. I don't know. That's not my problem, really, is it? Some of these people is older than me, just like I'm older than some of these people. Nobody got to tell you to wash your face and brush your teeth in the goddamn morning, do they? Why the fuck would I have to tell somebody what they need to do? No grown person. I don't know how ridiculous that shit sounds. This is why I never ordained myself a chief or nothing. I always say I rise from the ashes. I am like the test tube baby. I do it on myself before I say anything to anyone else. I got to make sure it's good. Listen, if I don't wake up after I eat this cookie, bitch, don't eat it. That's me, right? Don't eat it.
Yeah.
That means it's no good. It's no good.
I mean, we all got stuff we gotta do. What I look like being all in your business?
Yeah.
Nigga, you ain't even wash your own car. You gonna talk about how dirty mine is?
Yeah, especially
You
if
know,
they got the tools to be doing what it is they got to be doing. Who you gonna blame? That's a personal problem. That's a personal problem. That's some serious shit. Everybody got the same amount of hours and seconds and time in a day. Everybody got the same 24 motherfucking hours. It's how they use it. What you getting done, what you getting in. Everybody got the same thing. That is not exclusive to Phoenix or anybody else that anybody else is talking about. How about that?
And I've also taken this time to connect to people that I haven't spoken to in a while, just to see how they're doing. I made some calls out to people. Listen, if you don't, like a couple of weeks ago, before all of this craziness started happening, it's like, listen, make sure you have enough food in your house. Make sure you find an alternative medicine if you can't get the medicine, because all that stuff, so-called, is supposed to be coming out of China and stuff like that, just to kind of prepare yourself and share the information, around. So, those are the things that we can do to prepare as well. And just see how people are doing. Like, I connected with a cousin. Oh my God, I haven't seen them in like almost 30 years. And in January, I saw that he had a page on Facebook, but he wasn't active. So I sent a message. So he this week just left his number in there. And we reconnected. He's out in North Carolina, and his father is still alive. He's down in South Carolina. So, I mean, it's great to reconnect with your family and to build those relationships as well. Somebody said something.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate you. Here goes Rainstorm again. Yeah,
Oh, Glennis in the
somebody
chat.
else.
Glennis in the chat. I'm
I'm
sorry.
gonna give somebody else the opportunity to come through and sit down.
Okay, so I'm gonna back out. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So I'll put the link in. Brainstorm, yeah, I'll put the
Can y'all
link
hear
in
me?
so
I'm sorry.
somebody else could come through, but yeah, I didn't,
I'm a bag out. I'm a bag out things, but I won't go ahead. But go ahead. I just want y'all to, I got a special guest for you real quick. But you can listen, you know, it's your show, you know what I'm saying?
say what
But
you
hold
need
on
to
for
say,
one
beloved.
second.
You need to say what you need
Hold
to
on
say.
for a second. Mom, hold on for a second. Tell them, hold on 1 second. Hold on. This famous.
Hello?
Hello?
Wait, tell her to hold on. Tell them on the other end.
Hold on 1 second, I'm glad.
Okay.
Phoenix?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I was talking long distance, but I'm good.
Oh, it's so good to hear from you. So good to
I
hear from you.
enjoy your I enjoy hearing you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That means a lot to me.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. I really do. I told Bill, I said, okay. I told Bill, I said, I really enjoy her a whole lot. Bill, tell her out there. Excuse me, babe. Let me try to get my sister because she be put it in. I told Bill, I say, I just
Right.
love all of y'all. All of y'all have really, y'all have done some stuff for my family through Bill.
Wow.
And I love
Right.
every bit of it. I love all that I hear.
Thank you so much.
I'm
Thank you.
serious because I don't know much about it, but I'm learning about it. I
Right,
don't
right,
know a lot, but I'm learning a lot. It's amazing to me.
right. That's good. Well, I'm happy to hear that.
It's amazing. I told Bill, I said, now, I just wish that they could get on one accord.
Wow.
I told Bill, I wish that y'all could get on one accord because you're doing so good. And to me, it's just like it can be solved, a lot of it,
Right,
if they want
right.
to solve.
What is it there to solve exactly?
Think
Personal
so.
feelings that doesn't stop nobody from paying their rent or nothing? Well, I guess it does, especially when you have these duplicitous
Phoenix,
behaviors. Right? People, yes, ma'am.
can you hear? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yes. Hello? Okay, I cannot hear her now.
Yeah, I
There you go.
I okay. Okay. Where am I talking from here?
You you talk. I can hear you.
Oh, okay. No, I was telling Bill, I think we having a delayed reaction. She can't hear me. She can't hear me like this. She can hear me better like this.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But I was telling Bill, I know what you're saying, but I don't know. I don't know what to say. I just know that all of y'all are awesome, awesome speakers, and I love every bit of it. I do.
Right, Right. I thank you so
I
much for
just
saying
was
that.
saying that
There's a better way
maybe
that we
we
can do
could come
things,
to
right?
some kind of agreement. Because if it were me, Phoenix, and you are an intelligent woman, I can tell, very, very, very knowledgeable and intelligent. And I wouldn't be having it out with them, not on social media, because what it does,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
ma'am, that's all I'm saying.
I know you, baby.
Because what
I
it
know.
is, um, you got people like me, and I want to tell other people and other people. So if it were me, I don't know how it's ran, but if it were me, and as popular as you are, and as intelligent as you are, I would not get on. I'd be on my own. I would do my own thing, honey. I'm telling you, because you so smart. I
Thank
would
you.
not let nobody in hell have me, going off like that. I would not. For one thing, it ain't good for your health. It's not, because y'all screaming and all it's doing is just putting it fire on the doggone, you know, it's just not good. It's not good for your health.
Mm-hmm.
I had a cousin to tell me that she was talking to a young lady on the phone, and they got to arguing. They had a stroke and died. So it's not good for your health. Honey, if I had to go through all them changes, if I was you, I'd have my own pod by myself.
She been doing.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't invite nobody else in.
No, everything cool. She doing it. She doing it. It's coming down a little bit.
Well,
Yeah.
but I'm just telling
Everything.
her
Yeah. I
personally,
have
because she's too awesome.
Yeah, things bad.
thank you so
My
much.
son, I heard you. He let me hear you. I'm like, dang, I like that. Everything this lady is saying. And she young and she intelligent. And you got people really, really liking it. But see, what the devil does, what the enemy does, they can call it what they wanna. But what he does is he do come to, divide and conquer. And I would look at my name is at stake. But I thank you for
Well, I'll
all
tell
the
you like this.
information that you have given me
Mhm.
and the things that I've learned.
Thank you, and I appreciate that. It was so nice to speak to
Kind of.
you. I'll be certain, and not
Well,
to make
here's
this
Bill, and I want to talk to you again because I have
Stop
questions.
calling me by my government name.
He said, told me to stop calling him by his government name.
Well, that's the name that's attached to the
I'm
ancestor.
getting ready to do the same thing that he did. Get my paperwork and all that stuff straight. Genealogy.
Well, there's not a whole lot you have to do. All you got to do is get the genealogy, get your
But I'll
parents'
talk to
certificate.
you at another time, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank
I
you
don't think
so
I'm
much.
gonna.
So, at the end of the day, so now that was nice to hear from his mom. But I'm gonna say, just to make sure that there's no awkwardness or anything like that, a lot of these things need to happen. You need to see who's really got work and who's got the jerk. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what it is. If people don't um don't understand that. And I just know that there's a certain way that we could be handling things. There's probably a better way that we should be handling things, but we definitely have to make sure that we handle things, right? We can't let any of these things deter us from what it is that we think we're doing. And if that's what it is that you're gonna do, then you better make sure it count in every way possible, right? Because at the end of the day, what you leave behind is going to be super, super important, right? In good works and deeds in real life. You understand? In real life. You got to understand that. And you got to make sure that you protect grandma what's going on. Like, if you think that genealogy ain't important, if you think that that's not, they got a different fight. They don't got to like what we talking about because clearly they don't have the same thing in common. And this is the problem where the squabbling tribes going to end up having a whole bunch of squabbles, right? Everybody don't have the same thing in common. Everybody is not related to the same people in this particular aspect. You got your relatives over there, you got to find them, but it's not going to be like we got, we shouldn't still have no problems with other tribes doing what it is that they got to do, or other people that's trying to establish something, especially the ones that could squat up with their family. Everybody has their own thing. Pick your winner. Pick your winner out your team, right? Because when it comes to my squad, my family, my bloodline, I'm their hitter, right? You should be the hitter of your family. There should be nothing. There got to be somebody that's undefeated specifically for you and yours, right? As a wife, you make sure your house is super straight for your peoples, right? The children, you make sure it's like that. Same thing, vice versa, man. You make sure everything is taken care of, right? The families, and all of these things in perpetuity, us being able to do business with each other, us being able to actually have something that you can make a foundation with for specific reasons, and these things are going to work. And some people have a problem with that, but most people really don't. And I'm gonna tell you what time it is, and this is the real truth. It's more people that love you than there is that hate you. Better understand that. And if that's what you know to be a fact, there should never be any reason why you feel like you got to feel some type of way. That's facts. That's a fact. That's a fact. There's no such thing as defeat. No such thing. No such thing. No such thing. So, I'm going to tell y'all better get with grandma. There's a whole bunch of people that are not getting with grandma. Let them have their day. Let them have their way. As long as they don't get in the way of the people that do, right? And there's going to be some people in the way that are in the way of the people that do. And just let them step to the side. Don't aid and abet them because you're frustrated and you feel like this is what you're going to do because you stuck and you can't find no records. It's probably because they don't want to talk to you because you're not channeling. Right? You got to channel the energy. When you're sitting there and you're going through these records, you're going through all these different channels. It's not just the census records that you're looking for. It's not just that. It's not just the census record that you're looking for. You might find them in a court record. You might find them in a muster roll. You might find them in a military record. They might be listed as white. They might be listed as German. They might be listed as something else. And then they'll still give a description as them being dark complexion with black hair and brown eyes. Or whatever. You don't really know what's going on. It's been a lot of times. We've been doing this for a lot of years. Whose fault? It's not Phoenix's fault. That niggas ain't get past 1870, 1860. It's not nobody's fault. It's not nobody's fault. It's not nobody's fault that people are in a better position than they was whenever time they step their foot ass and they screen name and African Americans ain't African, or in any of the battle groups that I was in or any other places where I was in, right? We all was there. Where was everybody else? There was a lot of time for the people that wasn't saying nothing to gain something. It was a lot of stuff that got put out for the better. But I guess because it was in the middle of all of the Morris Science Temple paperwork and all of the fake tribes and stuff like that, people they forgot. They forgot. What do you think? You think they forgot, Buck?
No, they haven't forgotten. You can't forget. And what is the simple fact is, we're just scared. We're scared. You see what's going on in the world today. So this is a lot of the stuff that people were talking about when you go listen to people like Bobby Emmett and a lot of these people that you would call conspiracy dudes. They weren't. It wasn't conspiracy. They were just letting you know these plans years ago, and everybody's talked about it and everybody knows about it. So you have people on your land telling you and directing you where to go. You don't know where to go. You wait for somebody to give you information on what to do next. You can't go to China and do that in China. You can't go to Europe and do that to Europe. You can't go to Africa and do that to Africa. But they can come over here and do that to you. So this is how we're looking. So all this, why we want to argue and fuss with each other? Why? We have no argument or fusses with each other. We are all getting our asses kicked. Now, what are we going to do about it? Now, I know many people, their job is to help the people who are doing a sin. That's what the sister was talking about. We get into arguments and we have nothing to argue about. Nothing. If you're not getting the information that we are the indigenous people here in America, if you don't understand that, that's cool. Go to your African groups, go to your Hebrew Israelite groups, go to your Egyptian groups, go to all those groups, those foreign ideologies, and you go support them. When they're finished with your ass, they're going to discard you. That's what they do with all of them. So I would humbly suggest, stop forgetting, stop pretending like I didn't know, nobody told me. Stop all that bullshit. Find out who your people is, and it's simple. It's simple. Find out what they did, find out where they lived, find out what resources they lived by. They probably come from some of these ancient kingdoms that were set up here, but you don't know about it because you jumped right over to Africa. Find out the people who lived where you're from. Find out the people who are from Mississippi and Alabama. You may be related to them. Same people. You should be able to look at each other now in the face and tell where you are from in the world. You can do it with everybody else, but we can't do it with ourselves. This is the kind of stuff that we got to stop playing with.
That's right. That's right. What's up, cousin? What's happening with you, beloved?
Oh, just enjoying the show. Halito.
Oh, Shio.
Oshio, Oshiguasu. What's up, everybody in Indian country? What's up, Indigenous One?
What's up, homie? How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. I just want to say once again, thank you, brother. You know what I'm saying? For the work that you've done for both of y'all. But for for people like me that was on a whole nother mind trip, all out the country with their mind, and you know what I mean? And gone off the foreign religions, right? And the foreign talk and the foreign nationalities. It took for a brother like yourself, for Phoenix, and for Turtle Gang to come on out and show us the truth. For instance, when you went over to meet up with Chief Langley, and then, if I'm not mistaken, if that's you, right?
Yes.
Um, you went to meet up with Chief Langley, and then y'all sat at the table and you started asking some specific questions that was involving the state of mind and the consciousness of let's keep it in quote unquote, let's just say, for black people. right? Then the brother spoke for himself and for his family. He kept it like that. He really couldn't speak for everybody else. So as a grown man, I said, okay, that makes sense. Then he started pulling out those deeds and records to prove exactly what he was saying. For me, that was like, it was beyond enlightening. You know what I mean? It was just like, oh my God, did he just pull out some proof?
Yes.
I was watching Sonetta TV because I was, the big time Moorish American and, you know, on one. And then, we was going through our battles with the brothers in New York and stuff like that. And everybody's shooting me for information and I'm shooting it out to them. Yeah, hit them with this and blah, blah, blah. They would, and then stuff like that. And so Turtle Gang came up on there one day. He was with the Brooklyn Moors. And they said, well, Turtle Gang's right here. And then, and he could show his family been here for a long time and he got proof. I was like, huh? Yeah, let me see his proof. So he started talking about the Navasinks and his family from the Red Bank and this and that. And then he was about to go in the backpack and they took the mic from him. I was going crazy because I'm like, hold on. He said he had proof and y'all snatched the mic from him. There is nothing else to talk about. Everybody else is just talking. This brother said he had proof. We need to see the proof. Fuck all the talk. We talk too much. Where's the proof? Man, they took the mic from him, start rambling about some other stuff. So when I saw that, it burned fire in me. Then after that, I saw you, and that just showed me where to go. And so I said, okay, I'll go find my own shit. That's what I'll do. And so that's what I've been doing. And then that's what I was been doing and found it. And when you find it, you just keep finding it. But I'm saying thank you for that to y'all. But the other part is how important it is when you do find it, when you can pinpoint where your family's from and who they are. I mean, we talking about people who minds was all in the church, people who minds is all in Islam and all in Africa. The number one question that's asked in any of these cultures is, who are you? Oh, I am the son of Abraham, the son of Jacob, the son of Isaac, the son of this, the son of that. Yeah? Yes? Yes. This is what they do. Okay? In Islam, it's the same thing. You have to, where you get that from? Oh, we got it from the Hadith. And this person got it from this person, who got it from this person, who was the son of this person, who was over here, and he was with the prophet. Peace be upon him. Right? Okay. In Africa, same thing. You got all of these tribes, all of these kingdoms. The reason you have kings is because that family either warred, started, had the most kids, or was the one that kept the culture going. And they can prove they shit. That's why they are who they are. You got all these movies going on Netflix. Punch any one of them goddamn European movies. What are they gonna be about? One of them old ones, the medieval movies. What they gonna talk about? Who's the son and the king of such and such? And they was hiding this motherfucker. Excuse my language. They was hiding him, right? But they got proof. They got a sword, a record, some seal, something that proves that this boy is who he is, or this girl is who she say she is. And once he's back, then everything else is back. Yes? Yes. Okay. The Europeans with the slavery thing. Last time we was talking about the demonstration about how they was a Rolls Royce. You know, that's one of Chief Langley's main things. But I had to go find it for myself. When I saw it, we was talking about it on the pre-colonial program that we had. But I didn't get to the point where the Europeans they mark all this stuff down. See, when you think that you was a slave and you got roots all in your brain, and then you skip roots all the way to Black Power, you don't have no story. Your story's gone.
Can you say that
But
again?
these
They
Europe,
marked everything down. Say that one more time. They what? They marked what?
they when they come with the Roots story, and then after Roots, we skip to the Black Panther, and then all of our story is gone. We have no story no more because we all in the mind frame of, yo, fuck America, man. You know what they did to us? Brought us over here on these boats, rape my grandmama, rape my mama, right? And then this whole thing is a effect. But when you starting to see that these Europeans, they jotted down everything that they had because they had to prove to each other. The nigga, that's my shit. That's my nigga. Back up. He's mine. Okay? How was it yours? I got the papers. It was signed and sealed at this court. I'm the one that got him off the boat, or I'm the one that got him off that plantation, or I'm the one that warred with that tribe. And he's mine. They got papers on this stuff, so it's a trade. It's a paper trade because they had to battle amongst themselves on ownership, because that's all they care about. That's it. Getting land, stealing resources, and being able to claim their superiority over it amongst themselves. But in order to do that, they also had to jot down how they got your ass in the situation they got you in. Huh?
Right
So
on.
it's so important for us to go and find these records. You got to know who you are. You can't say that I don't care about all of that. I'm this because my grandma told me that. My grandma told me that too, but she also said, now go find it in that tone. So not only did she tell me, but I had to go find it because you need to know for yourself. And so it's very important that we're catered to the truth, which we already are, and finding genealogy. So we don't have nothing to argue about because as we can see from this last week that we're about helping you find the truth for free, or maybe somebody has a cost. Just saying, that's what we've been doing though.
Yep. Get it
And
for
the
free.
other ones, the other ones don't want to help you out at all. They don't care about none of that. They on this takeover. And just
Yeah.
like you were saying earlier, it's so important for you to find out who your family is because that's where your royalty lies. That's where your so-called sovereignty it lies there with your family. They had a land. They still have land. It's all recorded. When the European came over here and made treaties with these people or with our people, they refer to them as kings and queens and stuff like that. So you can take that how you wanna. But once you link back up to that, what does that make you? And then what does that make the other one who doesn't care about linking up with that? I yield the floor.
No, I think yak okay, yak okay. I'm telling you. I mean, listen, these fuckers, man. There's really nothing else to talk about. Anybody that has done what they're supposed to be doing, they will definitely know exactly what it is. You know exactly what it is. You have to go and check for yourself. You seriously, we all need help. We all need help. There's plenty of groups that are there that we use. There's so many tools that we use. There's so many. I always provide first hand sources, primary sources, where it comes from, where it came from in antiquity. You got to make sure that you have valid sources. Um, check the Library of Congress. Check different archives. Do you have an archives next to you? Any library will have local library will have ancestry edition. So if you have a little time, you can go to the library. You don't have to pay for an ancestry. If you got a library card, all you got to do is go and do your genealogy. If you got your living relatives, you want to start with them first. That's who you start with. Don't start with the dead people. You start with the living. You understand? Hold on one second. What's up, cousin? What's up, cousin? What's up, cousin?
I'm here.
No.
Yeah,
Okay,
phone was
okay,
breaking up.
okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. So, man, listen. If you don't get that genealogy done, there's gonna be a lot of things that people are not gonna be privy to. And anybody that does not want to do that, they can go, do whatever it is that they're going to do. That's what they should be doing, whatever it is that they're going to do, because they're against genealogy. That's fine. That's fine. But for those of you that are not, right, and have absolute title and attachment to these lands and can prove it, there is a different position that you are going to be in. And it's going to be the adversity. And again, like I said, this is the absolute reason why a lot of them just let you think your ass was black because you ain't have the same problems when you thought you was black. When you know you were Indian, it's a serious fucking situation, as anyone can see. Serious situation. Any questions? Anybody in the chat want to jump on real quick before I jump off? It is Sunday and I got something to do. What's up, Buck? Did you have anything to say you wanted before we close out?
I just want to share with everybody when you're looking for your people, just check the dates around when you were looking. So, like if you're trying to find somebody in 1830 something, check the dates and what was going on in the area where your people live. Because that's how a lot of us got moved around because there were wars being committed against us. So that forced a lot of us into situations we wouldn't have normally have been in if we weren't invaded. So always check those wars, those civil wars and little skirmishes they had. It probably involved your people. So keep that in mind when you're looking for your family. Thank you, Phoenix, and I'm looking to see you in a couple of weeks.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I will see you shortly. Yes, I will. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, everybody. I guess I'm gonna cut out. I did drop the link right there, and I didn't see anybody wanted to say anything. So what I'm going to do is get on with the rest of my day. Y'all get on with the rest of y'all's. It was great to see y'all. Cuz I'll talk to you soon. 2020, you already know. Sahara, love you much. Absolutely much. Y'all be good. Y'all be good to yourself. Be good to your family. Be good to your research. Be true to self. Getting them records. Don't forget grandma. But this is the no grandma killers situation over here. Get next to it. Get left out. There's a place for everybody. Don't feel bad. It just may not be over here. And that's okay. People gonna have to get used to it because you see, I've come to terms with it already a long time ago. Long time ago. But other than that, everything's everything. Y'all be healthy. Peace out, your kid.